You gonna watch me fumble through this?
Sean showing a few folks, some that have, some that haven't, how to load the ST.
The haves and the have-nots.
Okay, we're in now. So look, I'm in the lip here. The gate's flush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and thread the bag now. So I've opened this up, right? Open this up so you can see things happening. Pull the cover off. You take the film. This doesn't have gears in it. It's like a Panavision mag, so you pull out enough to kind of push it through with your finger. So you take, I pinch it. I turn it sideways, and then I go through, and then I kind of make sure it comes in here like this. And then I don't want to pinch it in any of the grooves here, so I make sure it's clear of everything here, which it is right now. And then I slide in. I like to hear the click, and I hear the click, right? So I open this up. Now I can start working from here. I still leave this open until I'm done, just to make sure that nothing's pinching here. So then you pull out enough film to get through the gate to set your loops. So basically you go through here. There's a buckle trip here, so you have to go underneath this roller here, or the buckle trip won't allow you to wind. This is a safety that you're threading it right. So you go underneath this black piece, make sure that's open. Go through there. I kind of set the loop even before I close these. I get it close, so I make sure that these are going to be on the sprockets, right? So I look and make sure that the sprockets are engaged with the film, so I don't break a perf. Make sure they're engaged there. And now I have enough to basically close the movement here, which I'm going to do. I always like to they have the loop here, but I always like to have two of the pull down claws out, so I can kind of line it up with the films for the same reason. I kind of eyeball it here to make sure that I'm not going to break a perf when I close this, which I'm not, and then I lock it. Now you set your loops, right? So I'm too tight down here, so I can actually push in and then turn this to give myself a little slack, right? A little bit more, and then I go to my loop, and this is where you set your sizes here. If you don't do it here when it's on the loop, it's going to be too taut or too loose, and the film might snap, or you might cause a jam. So now I'm on the loop setting here, so I look at my loop, which is a white line up here, and I split that line with this. I just basically look at that, and it's good now. It's splitting the white line. Then I go back down to this line. There's a white line underneath there, so then I split that line, right? And that looks pretty good to me. I make sure everything's engaged. The buckle trip is up, and then I wind it by hand first, right? So it looks good. Everything looks like it's working well. I'm not going to have any issues. Make sure the camera's turned on. So now the camera's on right now. So when you turn it on, the camera should wind up any slack. So I look here. Now it won't let me phase it until this door is closed. But I look, and this is pretty taut, which means that it's wound the film up and everything looks good. So then I close this lever here, and now my loop still looks good. I go in here. The first thing I do is I reset the footage counter, because you want it to be accurate. So you reset it before you roll anything, right? I make sure my frame rate's at 24, which right now, for some reason, it's at 48. So I'll go to 24 on here by hitting the unlock button, 180-degree shutter, and then I hit the phase button here. And the phase button will tell me that I'm at 180-degree shutter, confirm that, and then it'll actually just wind the camera to make sure very slowly that you have no issues. And it looks pretty good to me. The loop's moving up and down properly, it's splitting, it's not hitting the bottom here and rubbing the film. And now I'm ready to give it a test roll, and voila, looks good.
Is there a pitch on this? Just out of curiosity.
You mean like, can you set the like a manual pitch for sound type of thing?
For like when a registration claw, like on the 435?
No. Maybe there is, but there's nothing that we can adjust. So anyway, then I make sure that this is closed. Obviously, you want this to be closed. Boom, 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 and that's it.